Okay, good morning and welcome. This is the second video in this series, which is in fact a sort of coaching program that I've created just for this group. Where were we? Yes, mindset. So once you've got, there will be other mindset videos. I can't just cover it in one video, but we'll move on a little bit. Once you've got past that sort of the area where you kind of know why you're doing something, so it's not just for money. There's reasons that are deeper than that. Why you actually want to take the time to create an online business. Very important. Foundation blocks are all built on it. Once you've got past that bit, you've got to then decide what you're going to work. The term internet marketing covers a vast arena, a huge umbrella of ideas and niches and business models, and there are 1,001 ways to make money online. What you've got to decide at this stage is whether you want a little bit of pocket money to add to your job, and that's very, very simple to do. Or if you want an income that can be built upon and can create a full-time income where you can leave your job, or or at least equal it, and go on to create 6- and 7-figure incomes. They're all available. It's just about how you're going to layer this out. It's not any harder to build a sustainable business that's going to become a proper business, as long as you take it seriously and think of it as a business, as opposed to something you just do at the weekends. Then no reason at all why you can't quickly replace whatever income you're on. I mean, within reason, of course. There's lots of we can just go like this, because it can go out all sorts of ways and directions. So it's important right in the very beginning. And I'm going to have to treat you like you are a complete newbie, because if I don't, then people will get left behind in their own way. So bear with it, even if you know what I'm talking about, because we will move on. What you've got to then think about is where do I start? I don't want to go. What the mistake you don't want to make is to go into that, open that door, go into that internet marketing arena for the first time, and just go anywhere where people pull you, because you'll just end up with information overload. You will have no proper direction. You'll start to doubt yourself, because information overload is one of the killers in internet marketing. I guess it is in almost anything, really, but you're more prone to it in this. And you will start to think, well, the products don't work, and half the time they won't. And you'll get all the guys just selling you hype and nonsense, and you'll fall for it. And then you spent a load of money, and then you've got to try and justify that money, and then you'll start getting your buzz from looking at the next thing. And that's a dangerous zone to be in. And I think actually, in a way, it's almost like an apprenticeship. Almost everybody goes through that. And so what happens is someone will dangle a little carrot over here for you, and you'll go for that, and it will be hyped up, and you'll think, this is it, this is the next thing, this is the one. And you'll start to get your little buzz from that. You'll start to spend things and put them on your hard drive, and I'll come back to that. I'm going to use that one day. And you'll go through this perpetual cycle of, you spin your wheels. Sometimes people spin their wheels for years. They're not stupid. They're not, there's nothing wrong with them. It's just that they've fallen into this circle, and it's so easy to do. It's like a little whirlpool. It can suck you in. What I would do is advice, and I didn't do this myself. I went into that whirlpool to start with, at least for a year. And what I would do is the best advice you could give anyone is to look at what's working out there, find a place that you're interested in, subject to topic matter that you're really, really keen on, and then learn as much as you can about that off your own bat, and then find somebody who teaches that stuff that you can trust. Follow them for a bit. Make sure that you trust them. Make sure that you see that they're really doing it. Not doing this one week and then off to another thing. Not that they can't be in multiple areas. I am myself. But make sure that they are doing what they're, if they're coaching people in these things, make sure they've been doing it a while. Make sure you've got loads of good feedback off them. Make sure, join their list. Make sure you start to trust them. Because your own gut feelings are quite important in this as well. You can't gel with everyone. You can have the best coach, mentor, teacher, whatever you want to call it. You can have the best one out there in the world who's got massively great stats, but it's not always necessary that you will gel with that person. So you've got to be choosing wisely. But then invest in yourself. That would be the way to go. You invest in yourself. I'm not trying to sell my own business here, just saying that you should invest in yourself. Because that eliminates all of the other bits and pieces that come in the side to feed you, and all that information overload, which is, soul destroying sometimes. So, trying to keep this video short because I've got about 15 minutes to play with, and I'm on 5 already. Good grief. So it's a case of choosing a niche you want to work with. Now, I always say to people, and this is fairly obvious you'd think, but everyone jumps into things like the make money niche because they think that, well, that's the only place you're going to make money, which is just nonsense. There's actually far easier places, and one of them would be whatever you're interested in, as long as it's in a buyer's market. Of course, you can still make money in the make money niche, and a question I get asked is, how can I tell people how to make money if I haven't made it myself? Well, of course, if you just blaze in and pretend that you're some sort of hyped up guru or something, then your authenticity will be guaranteed to be blown, because you won't sound right, you won't probably use the right terminology, you just won't be authentic, because people, lying is quite difficult. It's acting, isn't it? And acting, there's a reason why we're not all actors. It's better to be yourself, but you can still show people how to make money online if you haven't made it yourself, because you can do it from the third party. You could be quite honest and say, look, guys, I've been doing this now for 3 months. I've yet to start making any real money, but I found this interview with, or you could even create an interview with somebody. If you keep trying, someone will do it. I've given loads of interviews for people. It's you can interview a millionaire and say, I've got these 5 points off this millionaire. I thought you guys would listen to it. You're already teaching someone, but you're not pretending it's you. Or you can say, I was on so-and-so's blog the other day and he came up with this point. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to start looking into this. And you guys might be interested in it too. You're already coaching and teaching people and attracting people to you, but you're not actually saying, I'm the guy that stood there with the big mansion and the cars. Most of those are phony. You do all that anyway. It's not that people can't make money. There's loads of people making 7 figures out there on this. But it's just the fact that I don't see that people, the ones that boast about it, normally are doing it for a hyped up reason. So, there's lots of ways in which you can be authentic and still not know the subject. But isn't it better to start in somewhere where you are really interested in? If you've got like a hobby that others are in, it's a big market, it's a buyer's market. How do you know it's a buyer's market? Maybe I should make another video about that. I'll make the next video about how to sort of see what a buyer's market is. But isn't it better to be involved in something that you can keep up? Now, I was talking to a client the other day, and I mentioned SEO, because I hate SEO, search engine optimism, how to get your sites ranking and all that stuff. I'm useless at it. I don't pay any attention to it. I guess throughout the years you pick up bits, but it changes so much. It's a constant flow of change. Google come along and change their algorithms, and it's just a headache, and it bores me. It really bores me. So I could write a report about, maybe the top 5 things you've got to do to get your site ranked on the first page in Google. And I guess there would be quite a lot of people who would like that. And I could give that away or sell it, and build a list from it. But I'd have to talk about a subject then, from then onwards, that I really find boring. And I wouldn't be able to keep that up for very long. I'd start to ignore it. I would start to look at other things. I probably wouldn't sound very authentic, because my enthusiasm would die pretty quickly. And it will be pointless. It doesn't matter that there's loads of money to be made in it. It's just that I wouldn't want to be the one doing that, So, give me something that I'm interested in, and that'll be the same for you, and you're already enthusiastic about it. So it's much more important, and it's much more, go in a lot more depth than this, but we'll keep this short. Much more important to focus on the things that you want to be in. Don't get drawn into the fact that someone's saying that you ought to be in this because this makes a lot of money. Don't get drawn into that. Go to the areas that you enjoy being in, and the umbrella covers everything. So, if it's fishing, if it's golf, it's start looking at your hobbies and your interests, and maybe your skills, because maybe you've already brought skills from an offline world that can be used or coached or reformulated to be of interest to other people as well. So, look at those areas first before you get pulled in a direction by somebody else who's probably going to try and sell you something. So it's worth noting anyway. I'll call that the end of this video, just over 10 minutes, and I'll be creating another one in the next 2 or 3 days. See you guys later.